Hi, my name is Anthony Otis, and today I'll be interviewing my grandmother about the Loma something with a T. I don't know how to pronounce it. You can search it up. It's the 1989 earthquake of San Francisco, and she was one of the people that experienced it. She was like with her friends during the earthquake, so she has way more experience with this than me. And search up on the internet, so hopefully she can give us more details into it. And here you go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Josephine Collier. I am Anthony Otis' grandmother. I grew up in San Francisco, California, in Cortlandt Avenue on Gay Street. I went to Portland Middle School, and I also went to Woodrow Wilson High School, and I also did some city college. I worked as a service technician tech at State Compensation Insurance Fund. Well, what happened was in 1987, we had a real big earthquake. I was living in Holly Courts. I was outside with my friends. We were talking, and all of a sudden the earth started shaking. Our feet started rolling like the ground just really rolled over. We was all scared, didn't know what to do. And so that year was the game with Oakland A's and San Francisco during the World Series. And the stadium shook so hard. People were scared. People was running everywhere. Also, there was fires everywhere. There was no electricity for 2 days. There was no stores to go to get food. So people was out here hungry, scuffling, trying to find some safe place to eat, to get water, just to live, and it was just terrible. But we all put ourselves together and worked together to feed each other. We all have flashlights and candles so we can see in the dark and take care of one another. But it was real difficult for some people, and I'm quite for sure like the people that was out there homeless really had a hard time to find food and shelter because it was very devastating. But we all try to figure out how we can work together. The police department, the fire department, everyone helped as much as they can to find survivors, because some people did die. The bridge broke. I was afraid for my dad because he just left work and he was on his way home on the bridge. And thank God he made it safe through the bridge. So I was very happy about that. But I was very upset of all the people that did lose their lives in that earthquake because it was very devastating. And I just thank God that we made it through.
Mm-hmm. Um, Thank you for that part. Okay, so we went through the intro slash. So we were talking about some questions, and here's the first one. Where were you when the event occurred?
I was at home. Like I said, I was outside. I was living on Holly Course and we was outside just talking, having fun, and like I said, the earth just moved.
Mm, okay. Okay. So you were outside hanging out with your friends, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So for a second question, how has besides like experiencing that terrifying earthquake and like being scared for your father, also my great grandfather, crazy, and like how did how were you able to grow from that?
It's really hard to grow from that because we all have to think that this could happen again because we never know when we're going to have an earthquake. It's just one of the things that just comes periodically,
Mm-hmm.
So how to be prepared. That's what we have to learn to grow from this.
Okay. So I don't know how that would be able to feel around that terrifying earthquake, but is like, because I don't know how it would feel, but I know it must have felt terrifying for you and your for our family. But like, what are some other things that going into 2026, it's like 2025, by going to 2026, how have you like thought of like what could we have done better, or what could we have adjusted to that just in case this happens again?
Well, I think we need to be more prepared. That's the most thing, and luckily we have better technology to be able to contact each other, because in that days we wasn't able to call each other, because the service was down. Sometimes we didn't get to talk to people for 2 or 3 days. And preparing ourselves, having earthquake, like they said, we should be able to put money up, clothes up, food up, or medications up. So if we do have a disaster, we have a bag that we can use, that we would need to prepare ourselves to, and maybe be able to help other people. I think that's what we need to really work on.
Okay. Well, thank you for this little interview. It's been amazing. High five. High five. And is there any other things you have thought of, or any I haven't asked before?
Well, and one thing we need to do too is, all of us, we have families out there. All the families need to know, if a disaster happens like this, where are we going to meet up at? There should be a place that we all should be able to try to communicate, like, we're going to be over here. So we can meet and prepare each other, and knowing who's still here, because we never know.
Yeah.
We all need a safe place. We need to be prepared for that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for this interview, grandmother. And before we let y'all go, we're going to show you a video of like what happened during it, and we're going to show you the Giants versus the Oakland A's in 1989.
October 17th, 1989. It was a balmy fall afternoon in San Francisco. People heading home from work. Kids playing after-school sports. And 62,000 lucky fans gathered at Candlestick Park to watch the third game of the World Series.
The Battle of the Bay continues. Game 3 of the 1989 World Series, the Oakland Athletics against the San Francisco Giants. I'm Al Mike.
But in a split second, the calm turned into chaos. It was an earthquake, the biggest in 75 years, violently shaking the earth underfoot.
So the Oakland A's take.
I'll tell you what, we have an earthquake.
Because of its geographic location, San Francisco has a long history of earthquakes, but nothing had prepared residents for a quake like this one. Forces deep underground sent out a burst of energy powerful enough to topple more than 2,000 buildings.
I looked down and the crack just suddenly opened up, and it just was so quick. It was just like a rifle shot. It just, boom, it was open.
In just 20 seconds, it was all over. But the awesome destructive power of the earthquake left devastation across much of the San Francisco Bay Area.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.